Good morning, Red Bank. My name is Patrick Redden. I'm your student body president here. It is my privilege to welcome each of you to the 17th Annual Hall of Fame. We especially want to welcome our special guests, friends, and family of the inductees, and former teachers, administrators, and alumni who are with us today. This time, would you please stand and join me in welcoming to the stage the 2016 inductees to the Red Bank High School Hall of Fame. The Red Bank High School Hall of Fame began in 2000. During this time, we have inducted 192 outstanding graduates who have distinguished themselves in both their personal and professional lives. These people have impacted our city, communities, states, and even our world. And many of them have made a big difference. As you will hear in their stories, they've done many things to help their fellow men. We as a student body can learn a lot from these individuals and see firsthand what an education from Red Bank High School can bring you. To begin our program, we will have the presentation of colors. The Cadet Colonel, Aja Pouncey, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be followed by the playing of our national anthem. Would you please stand, or remain standing?
Please join me for the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Our first inductee is Miss Laura Crane. Ms. Crane is a proud graduate of the class of 1982, which was the last class to graduate at the Dayton Boulevard campus before it was converted into a middle school. When asked to describe her favorite memory of Red Bank High School, Ms. Crane said she had about 1 million of them, but her favorites included cheering on her beloved Lions at football games and performing with the school choir. After graduating high school, Ms. Crane attended Chattanooga State, where she studied advertising art. In addition, she was active in the concert choir and was vice president of the Baptist Student Union. After college, Ms. Crane began a career in the retail field. She first started working for Walmart, where she got to meet the founder, Sam Walton. After his death, Ms. Crane left Walmart and started working at Target, where she has been proudly working for the past 24 years. Ms. Crane considers herself lucky that she has been able to work at a company that she loves so much. Her love of Target has worn off on her co-workers and customers so much that she has earned the nickname Target Lady and has won numerous Employee of the Month awards. When Ms. Crane is not working, she spends the majority of her time volunteering for Target projects. She has painted several classrooms, planted flowers, and packed lunches for people in need. In addition, Ms. Crane has also participated in many national nights out programs with Bethel Bible Village. In 2013, Ms. Crane served on the committee that saved the Red Bank brick students from demolition and reconstructed them on the current Red Bank High School campus. According to Ms. Crane, her family and several of her Red Bank High School teachers have had the greatest influence on her life. Even though her father taught art, it was her art teacher at Red Bank, Eleanor Lewis, who taught Ms. Crane how to define her art. Choir teachers Mr. Mike Lees and Susan Davis taught Ms. Crane everything about music and singing, and coaches John Crane and Hutch Lewis taught her to never give up, no matter what. She also credits her parents, her late Uncle Gene and Aunt Drew, and her friends as people to whom she attributes her success. Today you can probably find Laura Crane playing in the Red Bank Softball Recreational League on Memorial Drive. Ms. Crane has spent the last 35 years involved in this league. She was instrumental in helping save the Norma Cagle softball fields from being torn down on James Avenue. When Ms. Crane found out that she had been chosen to be in the Red Bank High School Hall of Fame, she cried so hard that her parents thought she was hurt. To Crane, being included in the same breath as Susan Thurman, John Crane, Hutch Lewis, the Weathers men, Mary Ann Branch, Patty Lane, Mandy Munn, and so many others is truly an honor that she cherishes. Today, Laura Crane, it is our honor to induct you into the Red Bank High School Hall of Fame.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and staff and faculty and wonderful Red Bank student body that I'm proud to be a part of. This is my high school. I love my high school. Everybody knows that because everywhere I go, I'm either the Target lady or the Red Bank lady, which I hold very honorable for such a title. Thank you for this wonderful, and I can't believe how blessed I am for y'all to even pick me to be a part of such a wonderful group of people. As I stood here and waited for our line to line up, I was looking at all the faces on the wall, and I saw all my faculty and staff that had me when I was at Red Bank. And they're the reason that I am here. I love to say thank you to all my teachers and coaches and everybody that had anything to do with me growing up at Red Bank. And I hope one day that I can actually show y'all how proud I am to be one of y'all's students. Thank you.
Our next inductee is no stranger to Red Bank football program and athletic department. Mike Congdon, has bled Red Bank blue since the day he walked through the doors of Red Bank High School in 1979. He stated that his favorite memories of high school all revolved around athletics and victories he was a part of as a member of the football team. Mr. Congdon stated that it is important for the students today to live in the moment because you don't realize how many memories you are making until after you graduate. After graduating from Red Bank High School in 1983, Congdon attended the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga and earned his degree in business administration and finance. After completing his undergraduate degree, Mr. Congdon enrolled at Vanderbilt University and earned his graduate degrees in the Vanderbilt School of Credit and Vanderbilt School of Banking. After college, Mr. Congdon spent the first 20 years of his professional career in the banking industry. His hard work and dedication paid off as he worked his way up to Assistant Vice President of Union Planners Bank and Vice President of AmSouth Bank. Currently, Mr. Congdon is the president and owner of Impact Multimedia, a multimedia marketing company based here in Red Bank. Mr. Congdon has given countless hours back to the Red Bank community that he loves so dearly. He has served as Vice President of the Red Bank and Hickson Chambers of Commerce, former President of the Red Bank Quarterback Club, current Treasurer of the Red Bank Quarterback Club, former Chairman of the Red Bank Neighborhood Pride Association, former coach for Red Bank Dixie Youth Baseball and North River YMCA, member of the Red Bank Historical Society, and football coach for Red Bank Youth Football. When asked who had the most influence on his life, Mr. Congdon gives his credit to 7 men who helped mold him into the man he is today. His father, grandfather, 2 of his pastors, his wrestling coach, David Cowan, his position coach, Tommy Runyon, and his head coach, Tom Weathers. Congdon says that he carries a piece of these men with him daily, and every decision he makes is based on the lessons they have taught him. Mike Congdon believes that his trust in God, the love he has for his family, and the belief that Red Bank, Tennessee is the greatest place in the world are all factors in the successes in his life. In his honor, it is an honor and privilege to induct Mike Congdon as the newest member of the Red Bank Hall of Fame.
Wow. I think I've got about 30 minutes. Is that right? Yeah, okay. You know, I had a bunch of stuff that I wanted to say today, and I wrote it all down and promptly left it at home. But I can tell you that walking into this place, I look around and I see people I've known for a very long time, the former Miss Hughes and her sister, Miss Hughes, former Miss Hughes. I see people like Terry Topping back there and Kevin McNally that I grew up around and have known for forever. Eddie Pierce, Terry Pope, new friends like Terry Pope, Justin Robertson, Chad Grabowski. And what it does for me is it reminds me of what this high school means. And I hope and pray that each one of you will take this with you, because what this school means is home. And every time I set foot on campus, I feel like I'm back at home. And I know a lot of you folks are not going to realize that until about 5 years out, when you run into somebody at the Food City or the BiLo, or Walgreens or somewhere. But this is a special place. I told some friends recently I've had the opportunity to travel a little bit just locally with some of the kids that are playing ball right now, and it never ceases to amaze me when I'm wearing Red Bank blue that's got the patch on it of the lion and it says Red Bank football. How many people just arbitrarily out of nowhere will walk up and say, wow, you guys are from the Red Bank High School? And yeah, we are. It's kind of interesting. But this place transcends this small 6.5 square mile town. But just remember, it's always home. Just to sum it up, I'd really like to thank the committee, all the friends that are here. I see Judge Bean now. I didn't see you a minute ago. It's good to see you, sir. This is such an honor to be placed on that hallway out there. And I don't know what else to say, but just thank you.
Our third inductee into the Red Bank Hall of Fame is Mrs. Carrie Witherspoon Maycock. When reminiscing on her days at Red Bank High School, Mrs. Maycock recalls 2 events that stand out. The first one was being in Mr. Jerry Shannon's first calculus class. He was a fantastic teacher to Mrs. Maycock, and it was a great group of students in the class that made it so memorable. Her other favorite memory was driving to Tampa, Florida with Coach Susan Thurman for a volleyball camp. Mrs. Maycock said that Coach Thurman worked hard, but always knew how to have fun as well. After graduating high school in 1986, Mrs. Maycock attended the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, where she earned her Bachelor of Physical Therapy. Currently, she is a physical therapist for Cone Health. She works in the acute care rehab department at Moses Cone Hospital in Greensboro, North Carolina. Mrs. Maycock has worked at Cone Health for the past 25 years. In her spare time, Mrs. Maycock enjoys volunteering as a USA Certified Stroke and Turn swim official. She also volunteers as a high school swim official and summer league swim official. In addition to volunteering in her free time, Mrs. Maycock also participates in triathlons. In fact, she has completed over 50 triathlons, from sprint distances up to a full Ironman competition. She is currently training for the Chattanooga Ironman that will take place this Sunday. Mrs. Maycock is quick to give credit to numerous people for helping her become the person she is today. She credits her parents and her 5 siblings as having the greatest influence on her life. Her parents always let her choose which sports or activities to participate in and were supportive no matter what. Her siblings were always there to play with her or against her when she was practicing for sports, and they always made it to her sporting events and cheered her on. Her volleyball coach, Susan Thurman, also made a lasting impact on Mrs. Maycock. Coach Thurman taught Mrs. Maycock that you can be competitive for a lifetime and still have fun and make great friendships with your competitors. Today, her competitiveness and hard work have paid off as we induct her into the Red Bank Hall of Fame.
I'd like to thank the current students and faculty for having us here today. I'd also like to thank all those former teachers who had such an impact on us as students. Jerry Shannon, Susan Thurman, the late John Crane, Jeff Chastain, Jerry Cotter are some who come to mind for me. For the students who are here today, you might not remember a lot about high school at my age, but remember to be nice. Everybody will remember who was nice to them in high school. There's a lot of things you might regret, but always be nice, listen to others, and surround yourself with positive people who will push you to become the best person you can be. And I'd like to thank everybody.
Our next inductee is Dr. Ashley Aldridge Wilson from the class of 1991. Dr. Aldridge fondly remembers 3 teachers during her time at Red Bank that made her high school career so memorable. According to Dr. Aldridge, all 3 of them took the time to build relationships with her, and that has had a profound impact on her life. Her art teacher, Eleanor Lewis Smith, opened up the world of art to her through her incredible lessons. Her home economics teacher, Ilona Wooten, taught her how to be creative in her classroom. It was Miss Wooten's ability to create authentic friendships and camaraderie among the staff that left a positive impression on Dr. Aldridge. Finally, Susan Thurman and her ability to listen and show her students that she truly cared about them is something that she applies to her students today. Dr. Aldridge attended the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga after high school and graduated in 1996 with a degree in early childhood education. In addition, Dr. Aldridge has her master's in instructional leadership and supervision from Tennessee Tech University, and she earned her doctorate in education, learning and leadership in 2009 from the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. Dr. Aldridge began her career in education in 1996 when she was hired as a teacher at Mary Ann Garber Elementary. She taught in elementary schools for 10 years before she was named an assistant principal at Barger Academy of Fine Arts. Currently, she is principal of Jack Anderson Elementary STEM in Sumner County, Tennessee. Under Dr. Aldridge's direction, Jack Anderson Elementary has become a flagship school in its school district and has earned reward school status for academic achievement. Dr. Aldridge has transformed her traditional campus into an advanced ed certified STEM school that is visited by instructional leaders from across the state of Tennessee. Jack Anderson Elementary has been voted best public school in Sumner County in 2013, 2014, 2015, and 2016. Her school has also been recognized as a top 10 STEM school in the United States by the Future of Education Technology Conference in 2016. She was also named best principal in Sumner County last year. When Dr. Aldridge is not busy working, she is usually volunteering her time with various organizations. She is currently an active member of First Baptist Church in Hendersonville, advocate for United Way, principal mentor to new administrators, serves on Tennessee's STEM Council, and is a Tennessee Achieves mentor to college students. In the past, she has served as a member of the Kiwanis Club in Knoxville, was an active member at Signal Mountain Presbyterian Church on Signal Mountain, volunteered for Young Life, Boys and Girls Clubs at Chattanooga, and participated in mission trips to Kenya, India, Jamaica, Nicaragua, Mexico, Belize, and South Africa. Dr. Aldridge is extremely grateful that she had wonderful parents. They always told her that she could do anything she wanted to when she grew up. They modeled hard work, compassion, and fun. Despite being born without a hand, they never treated her any differently and always had high expectations for her. Therefore, she always had high expectations for herself. Dr. Aldridge also credits Betsy and Doug Goodfellow and Barbara and Craig Clayton as having a lasting impact on her life. It was these two families that unofficially adopted her when her parents passed away and provided her with support and encouragement that has helped mold her into the success she is today. It is an honor that we welcome Dr. Ashley Aldridge Wilson back to Red Bank High School as the newest member of the Hall of Fame.
Well, I feel completely humbled to be here. I get to be with students and teachers every day, and I have the greatest job in the world because I see potential in students, and I feel so good about the future of Tennessee and the future of a state. It's awesome. If there's one thing that I want to leave you with is I might have a bunch of degrees and all of that, but I want you to know I did not start out as a great student. And some of the teachers that are sitting out here knew me as a very distracted and social student. I was super creative, but I wasn't so great in the classroom, but I had something called grit and perseverance. And so I just want to say to you that if you don't feel like that you're the smartest one in the class, if you keep trying and you give your very best effort every day, and no matter what you try to do, you can accomplish any dream that you want. No one can define that but you. And so dream big now. What do you want to do? Think about it and go for it. If you don't have money for school, there are scholarships out there. That's one of the reasons why I give back to Tennessee Achieves. You can go to junior college for free. It's unbelievable the opportunities that we have right now in our state. So dream big. your future it's out there, it's awesome, and you can accomplish anything that you want to accomplish. So anyway, I love being back here. I love being a principal in our state, and I'm so proud to be back at Red Bank. The school is beautiful, and I love that it's a little bit smaller now. When I was here, I think we had 1,600 students, so y'all can take advantage of just your teachers who want to build relationships with you. They're there for you. They want to have, they're in education because they want to give back. So just know that you have people that are out here that want to help you realize any dreams that you have for yourself. So thank you again for this honor.
Class of 1992 Red Bank graduate Kim Russell LaFew is our next inductee into the Red Bank Hall of Fame. Mrs. LaFew fondly recalls her time as a three-sport athlete in high school as her most memorable times at Red Bank. She is forever grateful for the mentorship she received from her coaches and apply those lessons and knowledge she received from them to this very day. Mrs. LaFew attended the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga after high school and earned her degree in exercise science. She went on and earned her master's degree from Tusculum College in 2001 in K-12 education. LaFew began her professional career in education in 1998 when she went to work at Valley Point Middle School in Dalton, Georgia. In 1999, she was hired at GPS as a PE teacher, coach, summer camp director, and director of auxiliary programs. During her time at GPS, LaFew has led the Bruisers to 6 softball state championships. In 2004, she was named the Tennessee Association for Health, Physical Education, Recreation, and Dance Middle School Teacher of the Year. When Mrs. LaFew is not leading her teams to championships, chances are she is giving back to the Chattanooga community through her volunteer work. Mrs. LaFew is a member of the YPAC board, has served on the Women Against MS Luncheon Chair and Committee for the past 16 years, volunteered for the Siskins Children's Institute auction and events, Ironman Aid Station volunteer captain, and helped out with numerous SPARC events. Mrs. LaFew's parents and family have had the greatest influence on her life. She says that she is blessed with an incredible and supportive family that motivate her to live life to the fullest. Mrs. LaFew also credits her professional mentors as having an impact on her. Peggy Michaels and Randy Tucker are two that have built her up and put her in a position to succeed. Today we welcome Kim Russell LaFew back to Red Bank as the newest member of the Red Bank Hall of Fame.
Wow. You know, I can't do this. Do you ever have that feeling of I can't do this? Raise your hand. You feel it? Like right now, I can't do this. I can't do what I'm doing and the things that I have done without saying thank you to the people that sit before me. I have my family here, and I have 3 women that were integral in my career at Red Bank and my professional career. Linda Carter. Who knows Coach Carter from Red Bank Middle School? Come on, and now I'm a teacher, I'm interactive. You gotta play the game with me here, okay? Who knows her? Raise your hand. All right, well, I had her at the junior high, and it was an awesome time. And in that time, I knew that I wanted to be a PE teacher. I knew it. She taught me gumption. She taught me how to finish the job that you started. Teresa Brandon was also there with her. Some of you may not know her because after being at Red Bank for years, she moved across the river. She was another teacher and coach that I had there, and she was very integral. Susan Thurman. This woman, how many of you know her? Susan Thurman, Coach Thurman? I probably had my rear end chewed out more. I don't know, Coach Carter was a close second. On this very court, right here, playing volleyball. Who plays volleyball? Anybody? Volleyball, excellent. Plays basketball? Yay, okay. Who played softball? Because that's really where my heart's passion is. Yeah, okay. Well, let me tell you this. Thinking back to Red Bank High School, I have a lot of lion pride in me. I am from a family that I have 2 sisters. They both attended Red Bank. We have cousins, my brother-in-laws. We have championships in our family. As I sit here in the gym and I look up and I see things and I'm like, woo, I was part of that. But there were moments when I said, I can't do this. And I can't do this without my family. I can't do it without the people that have mentored me. And what I want to say to you the most is that 6 years ago, I had the biggest moment of I can't do this in my life. I had a child that was born with special needs. And I was like, whoa, 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 wait a minute. My husband is an avid outdoorsman. I'm a coach, a PE teacher, and an athlete. I can't have a child that's not going to be capable to do things. I can't do this. But I surrounded myself with people that were able to support me and guide me on that I could do this. And so what I want to remind each one of you is that you are the value of the 5 closest people that you spend your time with. So if those people are feeding life into you, if they're encouraging you, if they're lifting you up, then those are your people. So you can do this. I can do this. And you will do this. And trust me, when I stood up there along that rail with my friends and with my teammates, you could not have told me that I would be standing here today. There are probably people that I went to school with, they're like, what is she doing in the Hall of Fame? But I'm here. I made it. And the way that I made it is because my checkbook may not be able to write checks. I'm not just a cash flow machine within the community, but I volunteer my time. So you don't have to have money to achieve things. You just have to have gumption and grit and the desire to do it. And I see everybody's moving around right now. Y'all getting nervous? I don't want you to be nervous, because you are going to be a proud graduate of Red Bank High School, and one day we'll be sitting here listening to you. So please, surround yourself with people that lift you up and know that you can do this, and you will do this. And to the football team tonight over at Central, go Big Blue and be proud of that always. Thank you.
Our 6th inductee into Red Bank Hall of Fame is Christopher Lawson from the class of 1998. During his time at Red Bank, Mr. Lawson was a member of the basketball team, tennis team, was crowned Mr. Red Bank, and was the valedictorian of his graduating class. Lawson says his favorite memories of high school include being in the same building as his sister Abby for 2 years, all the friends he made, his young life retreats, the crowd noise at his basketball games, and the home football games. Lawson enrolled at the University of Kentucky after high school and graduated magna cum laude in 2001 with a double major in finance and business management with a minor in economics. After college, Mr. Lawson moved to Atlanta and began working for Anderson Consulting. During this time, he worked with multiple Fortune 500 clients such as Cox Communications, AT&T, and Teradata. Mr. Lawson moved to Charlotte, North Carolina in 2005 to join the North Highland Company, where he partnered with Lowe's Home Improvement and helped with their initial launch into international markets. Mr. Lawson was promoted in 2008 and moved to Los Angeles to launch a West Coast office where his largest client was the Walt Disney Company. While in Los Angeles, he led the technology merger and integration efforts of Marvel and Disney and Lucasfilm and Disney. In 2014, Lawson joined the Walt Disney executive team as Vice President of Enterprise Technology. Lawson takes time out of his busy work schedule to volunteer helping others that are less fortunate. Each year, Mr. Lawson organizes events for organizations over 100 people to participate in the Special Olympics. Mr. Lawson also serves as a volunteer for Feed America. Mr. Lawson considers his parents as having the greatest influence on his life. He states that they always encourage him to follow his dreams, no matter how ridiculous and crazy they may be. He also credits them for teaching him work ethic, compassion, and respect for other people. Mr. Lawson attributes his success to focusing on relationship quality with his friends, coworkers, family, and clients. He believes that you should deepen relationships and genuinely be curious about other people. Don't worry about what they can offer you. Instead, seek to understand the world from their point of view. Mr. Lawson measures his own success by how successful he can make others around him. It is my honor to induct Christopher Lawson into the Hall of Fame.
Thank you. Thank you, Megan and Mandy and the rest of the committee. First of all, a quick congratulations. I don't think I've ever seen a crowd this size for 30 minutes not check phones and iPads for the length of time that you guys have held to that, so nice job. When I was coming here, I thought, how do I not make this sound like a bit of an Oscars thank you, but forget it, I'm going to do it anyway. So thank you first to the faculty and teachers of Red Bank. I mean, the 4 years that I spent here were some of the favorite 4 years of my life. And more than anything, they taught me and instilled in me kind of the passion to continue learning. It wasn't so much the specific things we learned, but it was the spirit of learning to love the process of learning, which I think has served very well as my life has progressed. And obviously, and Megan mentioned this a little earlier, a huge thanks to my parents, my family for being here. My wife, who's back at home with our little girl back in California, for entertaining the crazy dreams that I have had, and whether or not they actually believe I'm capable, they sure make me think they do think that. So thank you again to the committee, and it is an honor to be here and be inducted into the Red Bank Hall of Fame. So thank you.
Congratulations to the 2016 inductees to the Red Bank High School Hall of Fame. You have truly inspired all of us with your outstanding achievements and contributions to our school and community. I also want to thank our student body for the attention and respect you have given the inductees this morning. Every year we get compliments on your behavior, and it really speaks highly of your collective character. One of Red Bank's taglines is "Got Tradition," and I believe that the Hall of Fame is one of our best. It was established for two purposes. The first is to recognize the outstanding alumni we have on the stage today. But secondly, and even more importantly, it was to provide students with real-world examples of what you can accomplish, starting with the education you receive over these 4 years at Red Bank High School. You are building the foundation from which you can launch your purpose and leave your mark. I know that one day we will have inductees on this stage from the class of 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020. Yeah. Finally, I would like to recognize this morning some special guests which are here with us today. the previous 4 Red Bank High School principals. Dr. Justin Robertson, principal from 2012 to 2016. Mrs. Gail Chewy in the back here, principal from 2006 to 2012. Mr. Wade Kelly, principal from 2000 to 2006. And Mr. Don Bishop, principal from 1986 to 2000. So Mr. Bishop had already retired when Mr. Kelly hired me to teach chemistry here at Red Bank High School in 2005. But I feel like I do know him because his influence on the school and community was so deep and lasting that is still felt here today. Mr. Bishop was devoted to Red Bank starting in 1971 as a biology teacher and football coach, moving on to administration as an assistant principal in 1978, and then finishing with his 14-year tenure as the school's principal. What really shines through when you look through old yearbooks or talk to his former students, colleagues, and employees was his love for and dedication to the students of Red Bank. Helen Keller said, "Many persons have a wrong idea of what constitutes true happiness. It is not attained through self-gratification, but through fidelity to a worthy purpose." I believe Mr. Bishop exemplifies fidelity to a worthy purpose. And over the summer, the school's library was renovated and is now, as you know, known as the Hub. And the idea is that the Hub will be the center of our school and community. And as part of that effort, we wanted to recognize Mr. Bishop's extensive contributions to Red Bank High School. So starting today, and as passed by the Hamilton County Board of Education, the meeting space in the Hub will formally be known as the Don Bishop Conference Room. Guests, I hope you will join us after the ceremony for a ribbon cutting in the Hub and a reception for all of our Hall of Fame inductees. And at this time, I would like to ask Mr. Bishop to come to the stage.
Good morning. I want to thank all of you for being such hospitable audience here with all the things that are going on. This is a great time. I appreciate the thought that went into to this. Normally, you name a building or a road or whatever, they either have just died or they're about to die, you know. Hopefully that I'm moving in the right direction with that. You know? I do have some health issues that are going on, but everything seems to be under control there. I want to thank all of the inductees into the Hall of Fame. When we started this several years ago, that was a special thing. And it was to show the students that are here now what is available to them, to dream big, to plan and do the things that are making an impact on the other students and the people around them in their community, and that has been such a success over the years. I applaud you all of you were students. When I was here, I was here for 32 years at some point. You know, that's a long time to stay in one place without getting fired or whatever. It was a thing to be at Red Bank. I enjoyed every day I came. It was not a job. It was a labor of love and something that I enjoyed doing. And so it was different to not really be looking at it as a job, but this was, and it didn't have a problem with me having 18-hour days, 7 days a week, because that was just you just had to do that. There's something going on all the time, and I wanted to be a part of everything that was happening, whether it be in athletics, academics, meetings, painting walls, or whatever. And when we built this building, it would be hard to imagine what this campus looked like when we first made the move over here in '82, because this had been a 3-grade junior high, and all of a sudden we brought 1,500 plus students over here the first time, and we're building as it went on. And when people, you know, the ones who were in, and some of you were in the classes, we went for a full year with no cafeteria. That was an interesting time also, every day. I could not believe that we went as many days as we did without having rain, because we could let folks go outside and eat. But we prepared everything down in the ROTC, in the rifle range in the ROTC. It was interesting to be sure. But all of the things that people ask me sometimes, what are some of the things that occurred while you were there that you think back on? I had the opportunity to meet and talk and with several governors, senators. Went to the White House when we were chosen as a National School of Excellence, and you will always be that. Whatever else happens, you will always be a member from Red Bank High School of a National School of Excellence. We were one of the schools chosen nationwide, and we went to the White House. We met with presidents, vice presidents. That was interesting. A lot of Secret Service folks involved there. That was a special time. All the different field trips we went on. I still have former students who say, I remember when we went to the Okefenokee Swamp, or we were in the Keys, or we went to places that you don't go on vacation, but were tremendous educational opportunities to do that. And some of my kids, my own children, will say, well, let's go to the Okefenokee again, go see the alligators and canoe through the swamps and camp out there again. So, okay, let's go, I would be remiss if I did, as many years as I was here at Red Bank, but I would be remiss if I did not recognize a longer tenure. My wife, Gail, would you stand? Gail taught elementary school for 40 years, so she passed me, but she's put up with me for 48 years. We've been together a long, long time, and have wonderful kids and grandkids, and that's part of what we do as Hall of Fame folks here now. They were as successful as they are, financially, educationally, whatever. The one factor that is part of all of them is you heard volunteerism. They were very strong in their communities and across the country, being volunteers, helping others. That was one of the things when we started the Hall of Fame, that we wanted to make certain that that's a part of this. This is the core of the Hall of Fame, that you are leaders for the students that are here now, and to show them what you needed to do to be a part of that. Thank you again for the naming the hub. I told Elaine when she talked with me that I know I had 2 or 3 bathrooms that had been named after me already, because I still see them on the walls, and, you know, even though they've been painted, you know. But that is truly an honor, and it's not something that I'm probably worthy of. But I appreciate the thought and the, allowing me to come and speak to you a few moments this morning also. And I applaud you for your attention to your behavior. I know Justin and I mentioned a moment ago, and Wade, we were talking, at one time we had 1,773 students in here. It was a crowd, I want to tell you. We had every white plastic chair that Walmart made in Hamilton County. I collected all of them, bought a whole bunch of those things. I think we had about 700 of them on the floor, and covered this place up. That was interesting. I applaud you for your attention and encourage you to dream big. You can do anything that you want to as you move on through the rest of your life. Thank you again.
Hi, I'm Lauren Coyne, Senior Class President. I want to thank all of you for coming today. I especially want to thank our inductees and congratulate them for their many accomplishments. Your stories of success have been a source of inspiration to us. As we prepare to step into the future, these are the examples and lessons from which we can learn much. At this time, I would ask you to please stand as the Red Bank High School Concert Band plays our alma mater. Thank you, and you may just miss your classes back to where you came from.